Hi lovely, and welcome to Natural Fertility with Katie. Now today we have what are the 4 seasons of the menstrual cycle. So you may or may not know that the menstrual cycle is roughly 28 days, and that can be plus or minus a few days. It's a bit of a textbook definition. And within that 28 days we have 4 distinct phases. Now, everyone knows about menstruation. It's when you're bleeding, and that's one of our major phases, of course. So what are the other 3? Well, after menstruation, we have pre-ovulation, then we have ovulation, then we have premenstruation, and then we come back round to menstruation again. So within these 4 phases, we have a reflection with the natural world and the 4 seasons of nature. So I'm going to go through these one by one and draw the links. First of all, we have menstruation, and this we like to call our inner winter. It's when we want to get all cozy, wrap up, we want to be inside because it's cold outside, and when you think when you're on your period, you kind of just want to be inside, sometimes by yourself. You want to be wrapped up nice and warm, almost in this hibernation phase. And we can experience what, not in a morbid way, but in a spiritual sense, a bit of a death, a bit of a homecoming. And if you think about in nature, all the trees are bare. Some animals do die during this phase and then come back to life in the spring. So moving on, we have pre-ovulation, and this is that burst of new life, and it comes back around every year, or in women, every month or so. So we have this new life coming up, the flowers are blossoming, we're waking up, and you know that feeling just after you come off your period and you spent a few days inside by yourself, maybe chilling out on the sofa if you're lucky enough to do so. And you've kind of got this urge to start moving, to start getting out and doing things, maybe getting back to your workout, getting on with work again. So whatever that may be, it's kind of this burst of new life and waking up. Then we move on to ovulation, which is linked to summer. And if you think about the energy of summer, you're all fired up, excited, the warm, long summer nights make you want to go out to festivals, parties, or maybe spend that warm summer night with a partner. And it's kind of the same with ovulation, right? So our hormones are making us horny, they're making us extroverted, we're wanting to go out and find a mate so we can reproduce. Maybe that's what your body's wanting, might not be what you personally are wanting. But yeah, there's definitely this feeling of wanting to be outside, socialize, and get out there in the world. So after summer, or ovulation, we come round to pre-menstruation, the premenstrual phase, which is linked to our inner autumn. And when you think about autumn, that's when we harvest a lot of fruits. So reflected on our menstrual cycle, we're harvesting the fruits of everything that we did in our inner spring and summer while we were ovulating. And there's this feeling like we need to eat a lot of food, and that's because progesterone's potentially preparing us for pregnancy. But in the natural world as well, before supermarkets were a thing, we would eat loads of food in the autumn because that's when all the fruit was harvested, and there was this urgency to fatten ourselves up for winter when there was a bit more of a scarcity of food. So there's a really strong parallel there. There's also this sense of slowing down. We've had that like fun party phase of summer, and now if you're in the UK, you might be going back to school or starting university, whatever it is, we're kind of getting back into normal life, I suppose. So there's that feeling of slowing down and almost a feeling of nesting as well, and you'll see this in nature in autumn. All the birds are getting their nests ready for winter, making sure they're all stacked up, and people often find that in their premenstrual phase there's this real urge to clean, get everything ready, and it's almost as if you're preparing for menstruation when you're bleeding and you can't really be bothered to do all the washing or do a massive tidy in the kitchen. So you're getting everything ready to go. And then, of course, it starts all over again. So we come back to the menstrual phase, menstruation, and our inner winter. So what are your thoughts on this? Can you see that really strong link between the seasons of nature and the phases of the menstrual cycle? Or are you not quite getting it? Does it not really work that way for you personally? Everyone's different completely. I'd love you to let me know your thoughts on that in the comments. And do you have a favourite phase, a favourite season? Let me know in the comments as well. Just drop down inner autumn, inner winter. For me, I love my inner winter, my menstruation phase, if I don't have anything to do. It's my favourite time to just snuggle up on the sofa, do loads of meditation, chill out. However, if I've got to go out and work or do lots of things or see family, menstruation can be really difficult. So then I'd probably prefer to be in my inner summer or ovulation phase. So let me know your thoughts on that in the comments as well. I'd be really interested. And if you liked this video, let me know, give it a like. And if you found it interesting, go ahead and share it with a friend. This is really valuable information. It helps us to optimize how we're feeling in our different phases or seasons. So yeah, definitely share it around, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you next week. Bye for now.